Hello guys, today is March 25th, 2020 and futures are going down a little bit before fluctuating the whole night between gains and losses, and it was a big jump in futures after House Democrats and Senate Republicans agreed finally on a $2 trillion historic deal to help American economy. But nobody has seen real details of this package, relief package, and people want to know that there will be 58 billion designed to help airlines, and 500 billion designed to help businesses and checks and other things. So we'll see what happens, and futures are pointing down. Who knows what's gonna be during the day. So let's jump to S&P 500 as the symbol SPY. S&P 500 SPY is trading down a little bit this morning, and as you can see, this level $218 that it was trying to actually breach a couple of days ago, but it didn't bounce right back, and who knows, it may try to go that low again, so it may try to retest this level again. So also VIX is up a little bit, which is not a very good sign to me. So be very careful before jumping into buying stocks, because this could come down a little bit. Okay, so let's jump to corporate news. Nike reported pretty good earnings, and quarterly profit of 78 cents versus 59 cents, and this stock is jumping pre-market, and as you can see, Nike came down pretty much along with the market. It was at $105 at the high, and now it's like $79. So I'm not sure if I want to buy Nike in this environment and on this sell-off. I want to wait a little bit before Nike comes down before I buy it. Okay, so FB, Facebook, reported that they have seen the surging usage of their platform, but also their ad revenues or spending on an ad remains a little bit weak. So the same thing. The people are not spending as much on ads on Facebook. So the same thing was reported by Twitter, and Facebook is down a little bit, and I want to wait before I buy Facebook or Twitter. I think under $150 it's a pretty good buy for Facebook, but $157 is a little bit tight. Okay, so let's jump to Apple. Apple was upgraded this morning. Apple was upgraded and to buy by Deutsche Bank, and Deutsche Bank is saying that before they thought that Apple was too richly valued at over $300, and now it's okay. Apple is a pretty good buy in this area, I think, and in general, but who knows, if we're gonna retest the previous low levels, Apple can still come down. Kraft Heinz, symbol KHC, that's another Buffett stock, and that stock was upgraded this morning by JP Morgan, and this stock, as you can see, it's came down a lot, and I'm not sure if I want to buy Kraft Heinz, but maybe some position is warranted here. So it's a stock, it's a pretty safe stock in my opinion at this point, and pays pretty good dividend, and not bad safe place. KHC. Okay, so HSY, which is Hershey, it caught double upgrade today from Piper Sandler, and they're saying that they could benefit from the current environment, and the stock came down a lot, as you can see, and it's a food company. It's a good place to be, I think. Pays pretty high dividend, and HSY, I think it's a safe stock to buy. In general, some people are asking me what stocks to buy, some people, and what not to buy. And I think that banking stocks, I told you, is not a bad place to start picking at. For example, like Bank of America came down a lot, and it's opening higher this morning. Maybe it can come down a little bit. In the 20s area, it's a pretty good pickup in my opinion. Also JP Morgan, Citi almost was halved from $83 to what it is right now, like around $40. So closer to $40, it's a steal, in my opinion. And Morgan Stanley also came down a lot, and it was sitting at like over $50, like almost $60, and now it's trading at closer to $30. It's also a pretty good buy. So airlines are jumping this morning. Stocks like American Airlines, to tell you the truth, I got lucky a couple of days because I sold a bunch of puts, 11s puts, and I was exercised on my half of my position on those puts, 11s puts for American Airlines. So I have a bunch of stock at $11, and that I'm planning actually to at least sell half of it. But I mean, they're jumping. All the airlines are jumping this morning because they received the word from the House Republicans and House Democrats and the Republicans that they will get 8. So companies like Delta and companies like American Airlines, UAL, they're all jumping this morning. But I wouldn't be picking up those stocks at the high, at the hype. So wait for them to come down a little bit because they might come down with the overall market later on. But the stocks that I will be mostly looking at to pick up is tech stocks. I really like tech stocks in this environment, especially stocks like Microsoft, Skype, Cloud, they're at Microsoft Teams. It's a really good stock to be in. Intel under $50, really good stock to be in. Also, AMD, it's a data center stock. And this is a very good pickup in my opinion, and like mid 40s, low 40s. AMAT, also low 40s is a very good pickup. MU rose a little bit yesterday. Now it's trading at 43.80, but low 40s, $40 is a very good pickup. You could really make money on this stuff. So all these companies are really good pickup in my opinion. The technology companies that will do very well, solid balance sheets, and they will do very well in the future. Also, I'm looking at a lot of pharma companies that were pretty much not demolished, but they were hit very hard. For example, BMY, and BMY is under $50. I think it's a buy to me. So by the way, they have news today that a company called INFI, it's called Infinity Pharmaceuticals, received the FDA approval for one of their cancer treating drug, not FDA approval, fast track designation for one of their cancer treating drug, and they're developing this drug with BMY. So another company that I like is Pfizer. At this price is under $30. Pfizer is also a really good buy. They all pay really good dividends as well. J&J, for example, like trading at $118, $119. They're also working on the COVID-19, and SNY. It's just companies, few companies, pharma companies that come to mind. Also, Vir Biotechnology. Like Vir, one of my 3 horses that working on COVID-19 vaccine. They had some news. They said that they identified 2 antibodies candidates that neutralize coronavirus, and they could be put in clinical development very soon. So Vir shares are jumping this morning, and I like Vir closer to $30. I think it's a good pickup in my opinion. Also, I like CVS. That could be bought almost immediately, I think, because it's trading very, very low. It's a pharmacy company. And WBA, also Walgreens Boots Alliance, trading very low in my opinion as well, paying good dividend. And I like also medical device companies such as InMode. InMode came down a lot. It was pretty much cut more than half, like 60%, I think. And a couple of days ago, they actually said they actually reported earnings, and they have reported inline earnings, and they didn't even withdrew their guidance because they said that they believe that the demand will pick up and people will still go to receive their treatments. Another company is ISRG, Intuitive Surgical. It's a robotics surgery company. It came down from $619, not that much as other stocks, but that's a really good company, very promising company, future technology, and this company could be picked up on a sell-off. Actually, it might come down under $400, and that's the place to buy this stock. And the last but not least is NVCR. It's my favorite, pretty much my favorite medical device company, and I think if not because of this mess and this sell-off, this company would be trading at over $100. I'm convinced of that, because they recently have had news that in their study, the Optune, it's their system, cancer treating system, that it's working with the immunotechnology, one of the immunotechnology inhibitors that was developed by actually Bristol-Myers. And that was good news. Another good news was recently the German Federal Joint Committee actually provided full reimbursement coverage for Optune systems. Okay, and that would have been the news that would take the stock significantly higher. So this stock is trading at $60, very low in my opinion, and has nothing to do with all the COVID-19 mess, pretty much, and could be picked up on any sell-off. Actually, at $60, I think it's a really good pickup in my opinion. Okay, that's it, guys. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, click the like button, and I'll see you tomorrow.